Hello and welcome to the ChewCast. This is and welcome to our FW what words? FDDL draft review. The free draft Discord league. I know, very original, very original. I wasn't planning on joining this league because I'm in the WCBL, the UPL, PSL, RLB, PBL, etc., 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 or just those. And then Spectrum messages me and it's like, yo, do you want to join this? It would be your pick. I looked at what was picked and I was like, sure, I want to try out some of the new Gen 7 mons, see where everything is at the current moment. So I was like, sure, why not? I'll join. And so my first pick, the first couple of picks, some of them confused me. The first Mons pick were like Celesteela, Manaphy, McGearn, and Victini, Jirachi. So like the Pixies, Cube, Kartana, then it comes to my pick. And I'm the Wheel, which is actually pretty nice. So my first pick, I was like, this is still on the board, I want to pair it. I've wanted to use it ever since I fought Antoine, because it's really annoying. And right when I was thinking of what mod to draft, it popped into my mind, because I was in another draft, and I was thinking of drafting Lando Ape, or Lando Gigalith, Venusaur, Mega. So I was like, well, these two would fit together pretty well. So my first pick is Tapu Fini. Pretty good, really good defensively, versatile, water fairy type. It sets up Misty Surge, which is really nice. Mediocre offensive stats, 75 attack, 95 special attack. Pretty good defensive stats, 115 defense, 130 special defense, 70 HP is pretty good. Pretty good move pool, Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam, Defog, Moonblast, Shadow Ball, Scald, Surf, etc., etc., etc. It even gets screens, which is going to be pretty interesting. So then I had to make my second pick, and as I was talking about, I wanted to look at Mega Venusaur because I always had a hard time prepping for it, and it was really annoying to deal with, except for when I had a Kieran Black. But that's besides the point. So I paired Tapu Fini with Mega Venusaur. Both are really hard to prep for, because Tapu Fini can either be very versatile, and it's very hard to destroy defensively, while Mega Venusaur eats up hits, except for like a Psychic hit. Nothing. Mega Zam now. So, Mega Venusaur, really good defensive stats. 123 defense, 120 special defense, 80 HP. 100 attack, 122 special attack, which is pretty good. And then 80 speed, which is actually one of its lowest freaking stats. Thick Fat as an ability, so it takes fire and ice types pretty well. Pretty versatile moveset with Synthesis, Toxic, and Power, obviously. Earthquake, even. Knockoff, Leaf Storm, even Screens as well, so hint hint, Screens. Oh yeah, also I was going to do nicknames. Tapu Fini's nickname is Je Fini, and Mega Venusaur's nickname is Gaia. So moving on to my next pick, I really wanted a fire type, and I had to wait an entire like 16 picks, and all this time I was thinking, what fire type do we get? What fire type do we get? And I'm pretty sure no fire types were picked. So only one fire type has been drafted at this point. So all the fire types were on the board, and I was thinking, well, I could do Ape. Ape would be a good Z move user. But I think I want to go a defensive Dragon Steel Fairy, and then like an offensive Fire Water Grass, basically. So I was leaning either Infernape or Heatran. comes to my pick, and I'm like, I looking at both, and I decided, well, Ape is really frail, pretty frail. It also has a really good coverage move pool. Heatran defensive fits with my Fire Water Grass, so I went with Heatran. Hestia the Heatran, pretty good stats all around. Highest being special attack, defenses 106 and 91 for HP, attack 90, which I don't know. I might run physical Heatran one week, and then 77 speed is its worst stat. So my team is looking pretty lackluster with speed right now. Pretty good move pool. It can set rocks, fire moves, Iron Head, wow, Flash Cannon, Earth Power, Earthquake, Toxic, Will-O-Wisp. So really defensive and can help quite a bit with my Fire Water Grass score. So my next pick, I looked around and this one was still on the board, and I was like, I need a Dragon type. I was originally going to wait till like pick 11, pick up Druddigon or something, but I saw this on the board and I was just like, I need this Mon. Helps with my speed tier, and it's still on the board in round 4. And mind you, this is a free draft, so I don't know why it was still on the board. Next Mon we have is Latios. Apollo the Latios. Latios in round 4. Yeah. This is my Z-Move user, because it's the one that made the most sense out of my draft. Calm Mind, Defog, Draco, Meteor, Earthquake, Energy Ball, Physical or Special, which is actually really nice. Move pool is phenomenal, as is. Stats, 80 HP, 80 defense, 90 attack, 130 special attack, 110 special defense, and 110 speed. So it actually really helps with my speed tier at the moment, because my slowest is 77 and my fastest was 110, so my speed tier is pretty, like, mediocre, to say the least. But Latios is going to be a really good addition to my Fire Water Grass core, and it completes my Dragonsteel Fairy core, which is actually really nice. So moving on to round 5, and I had to wait another 16 picks for mine, and I saw this was on the board, round 5, which is really insane, because it's a round 1 mod. Although there were 8 people in here, so yeah. But first and second round is obviously usually always picking. So, and I was talking to Spectrum because he was helping me, because I was doing 2 drafts at once. Landorus T. Spectrum said it fit. I thought it fit as well. Landorus T, obviously, usually a first round Mon. Really good stats, 80 HP, 90 defense, 80 special defense. 145 attack, 105 special attack, which, don't count that out. Special Lando T isn't bad. And then it's 91 speed, which is actually pretty good. Viable Scarfer. Its move pool is pretty good, although Fly is its best physical flying move. Calm Mind. It sets up on both offenses. Rock Polish even. Psychic. Sludge Wave, U-Turn, Stone Edge, Earthquake. The list goes on and on. It's a really viable mon. Always goes first or second round. That's why I was surprised to look at it and see it was round 5. And our Lando T nickname is Rex Raptor, because obviously they're not. So I was looking at the list for my next pick, and I was like, well, I needed an electric type, eventually. I also wanted to... I kind of wanted to draft Buzzwole, but then my speed tiers don't really work out still. And I needed a Rapid Spinner, because all I have is Defog right now. So I was thinking, well, there's Buzzwole, and there's Hitmonlee. And I was leaning more towards Hitmonlee at the moment. And I was like, I can get this later in the draft, so I need something that helps with my speed tiers a lot. And I was like, I looked at it, and just kept looking. Look at the higher speed mons, and then I was just like, wait, there's Sticky Webs. And it helps with my electric type that I need. And so I drafted Galvantula. Galvantula is one of my favorite mons, to be honest. It has a really good speed tier, 108, outspeed base 100s, just shy of Kartana, which it sucks, really. 97. It's all of its other stats are kind of lackluster, but 108 speed plus it gets Sticky Webs. Its move pool being pretty nice. Physical might not be a bad idea since Leech Life got a buff. Compound Eyes is really nice, so Thunder has like a 91% chance to hit now. And then I usually run it with Sash, to be honest. Yeah. So I was looking at 16 more picks, and I was still looking at the draft. I was still looking at everything. And I said to myself, I need something to hit hard, because right now my hard hitters are Latios and Lando T. I need something to hit hard. And my mind went back to Buzzwole, and I was like, no, I already have my bug type. My mind went to some other things. I decided against those, and then one mon popped into mind that was still on the board at this time, which was pretty crazy. And so I was looking at it, and I was like, it's 4 times weakness. It really kind of puts me off of it, but it's a hard-hitting mon, really fast, helps my speed tiers even more. So that mon is Weavile, 4 times weak to fighting. I can deal with it. Also, our Galvantula's name is Blitzkrieg. Our Weavile's name is Masquerade, after my friend in the league. So, Weavile, fast, powerful. Everything else, eh. Fast and physically strong as shit. But it's frail. It's frail. That's why I'm pairing it with my Firewater Grass Core. Sets up sword stances. You really know what it can do, although I'm having an idea right now. How much some person is gonna have to watch out for Nasty Plot Weavile 1 week. But Weavile is actually a really good mon to pick up. Also a potential Z captain. Although I was kind of already set at Latios at that time. But Fake Out, Knockoff, Poison Jab, etc. etc. Brick Break, pretty good. And then next, I said I still need my Rapid Spinner. There's stuff like Komala and other things, but most of those things I already had the type of. And I just kept looking, and then I was like, wait, Hitmonlee's there. And I was debating grabbing it. And so I grabbed Hitmonlee for my next pick. I only drafted it because I needed a Rapid Spinner, or else I would have drafted Buzzwole, to be honest. But Hitmonlee is a huge threat in League. I've had to prep for it, and I have hated prepping for it. Just like Tapu Fini and Mega Venusaur. I have three things that are just hell to prep for. Because Hitmonlee, Reckless High Jump Kick, like, 2 kills everything. Unburdened Hitmonlee is actually really, really annoying to deal with. Because you have your Endeavor attack boosting berry, whatever that is, Salic, I think. No. Lechi Berry. Yeah, Endeavor Lechi Berry or something. And then it gets +2 speed. That thing is running through your team. With ease. Great move pool. Bullet Punch. High Jump Kick, Blaze Kick. High Jump Kick, Knock Off. Poison Jab. Rapid Spin, which I needed that for. Stone Edge. Sucker Punch, etc, etc, etc. Hitmonlee has a really good 120 base attack, 87 speed, which was pretty good in webs, 110 SPDF, not bad, and then all of its other things are lackluster and shit. So that's Hitmonlee, and we're naming it Rockley. Original. Look, and then for my next pick, I was looking at the thing, and I said I need something to resist fighting. Because I had a 4x weakness, and then I had Heatran, who were both weak to it. Although Tapu Fini, Mega Venusaur, Latios, and Lando, and then Galvantula all resist. But I said I wanted an immunity to fighting. So Ghost types. Looking at Ghost types, there are Dusclops. Basically, all of the Ghost types were left. I think Gengar was even on the board, but I wanted a defensive Ghost type to pair with my already defensive Fire Water Grass core. So it was either like Dusclops or Cofagrigus, and I was like, well, Cofagrigus is actually a really nice ghost, and I want to try it, so I'm picking up Cofagrigus. Now, like I was saying, Cofagrigus is actually a really defensive Mon. 58 HP, 145 defense, and 105 SPDF. 95 special attack, not really gonna use that. Attack 50, speed 30, trick room maybe? Maybe? And then it's got a pretty wide move pool for some things, wider than some Ultra Beast. Cortana. Calm Mind, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, Hex, Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, Spikes, Trick, Psychic, Nightshade, Pain Split, etc, etc, etc. But anyways, this is to deal with fighting types that run through my team, maybe. Like, Psychic fighting, if that's a... Hawlucha. Hawlucha's a problem. But I don't think anyone drafted Hawlucha. So moving on, I was like, well, what if I grab a normal type? That would be really good. I was thinking Explode Under Webs. No, I was like, nah, I don't really feel like having Explode Under Webs right now. It was either like Explode or PZ, and then I was like, wait, Porygon 2 pairs well with Cofagrigus and my defensive Fire Water Grass. And so I drafted, our off-ag name is Osiris, and then we drafted Porygon 2. Porygon 2, defensive, it just sits there and eats up all of the hits. You can even run it offensive a couple of weeks, maybe. It's really just meant to sit there, recover. It's Agility, Blizzard, Discharge, Foul Play even, Psychic, Psyshock, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Thunderbolt, Toxic, Zen Headbutt maybe. That's Porygon 2, it's just meant to sit there, and Porygon 2 plus Cofag makes a pretty good defensive core. Although I'm kind of ripping out a page of Zone's book. But who cares? I don't think Zone cares that much about it. And then lastly, our last pick, I had to wait like half a day because the draft slowed down. And on my pick, I wanted to figure out a rule about something. And It is about my last pick. I asked the moderator, "Hey, can I use also volley forms if I draft it?" And he said, "Yeah." And luckily, no one drafted it, so my last pick is still volley. If someone did pick it, I would have gone Rampardos. But Savali, base 95s are on the board. It's basically a weak pixie. Its move pool is interesting, pretty good. Pretty good. It's all typings. It should be all typings, but it has to hold a disc. Also, our Porygon 2's name is 32-bit, because, yeah. Savali even gets Explosion, Fire Fang, Ice Fang, Thunder Fang. Actually, it doesn't get Thunder Fang, which kinda confuses me. No, it does. It's just not in the viable moveset, apparently. Which is weird. U-turn even. Toxic, Parting Shot, Multi-Attack. Base 95's around the board isn't bad. RKS system. And our Silvali's name is Amnesiac. So, that's our entire draft. Pretty good synergy. Defensive as hell, though. It's like balanced. Tapu Fini, Mega Venusaur, Heatran, Latios, Landorus, T, Galvantula, Weavile, Hitmonlee, Cofagrigus, Porygon 2, and Silvally. Well, that's your draft for the Jacksonville Jolteons. I'm finally using that team again. I didn't want to do the Vancouver Victorians because I'm using that in another league. But anyways, that will be our draft. Comment, rate, subscribe. Really helps the channel. Can you see more? No? Right below. Bye-bye.